So here's the big question. Why are we not only attracted to our soulmates? Why might we be attracted to many people or different people or someone that might be bad for us or anything like that? Why wouldn't we just be attracted to our soulmates? And then we wouldn't have this problem of confusion and needing to cover up, which is what I'm going to get into. Well, something happened when the first two souls were split. The first sin happened, which is very, very often misunderstood, but I will try to explain it as best as I can. But this is not the purpose of this video. So the two souls, we made the choice to eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. So this tree, which is obviously a metaphor, it's not a tree in our backyard. Eating from this tree meant that this knowledge of good and evil, and actually what we know as evil, which is disconnection, is a lie. It doesn't actually exist. So I'll go into that some other time. But basically, good and evil, connection and disconnection, are now confused in our world, meaning that everything is gray. We don't know what's right. We don't know what's wrong. Everything is very, very confusing. This is what happened after we ate from this tree. Now, this doesn't mean everything is impossible, but it means things are much, much more difficult for each other now. So before eating from this tree, Adam and Chava looked at each other, and immediately they saw their soulmate's deepest essence. They saw within, they saw the beauty, they saw the connection and the potential that was possible from this other person. And then, after that, they noticed that they can get a lot of pleasure from each other physically, but the physical was used to elevate the spiritual. It was not at the forefront of our mind. After eating from the tree, we changed this around. We became, instead of souls that happened to have bodies, we became bodies that had souls. And unfortunately now, when we walk into this world, I'm looking around now, the first things that I see are physical. When I look at someone on the street, as much as I really, really want to see their inner essence and infinite potential, I'm going to see the color of their hair, I'm going to see the color of their shirt, I'm going to see the physical first. And when I walk away, as hard as I work on myself, that's what I'm going to remember when I want to recall that person in my mind. I don't have a knowledge of their soul. You have to work really, really hard to know someone at a soul level. So we have to work really hard to get to this point where we know each other at a soul level. Many of us have heard about the whole idea of the fig leaf, that when Adam and Chava ate from this tree, they realized that they were naked, which is like, okay, they were naked before. How, are they stupid? What? Why didn't they realize before that they were naked? So what happened is when they looked down at themselves, is that they realized that this disconnection was a lie. They realized that, they knew that their souls were more powerful than their bodies, but then they knew that everything had been mixed up. They knew that they're going to see each other's bodies before they see their souls. So they rushed to cover their bodies in order to make up for this. And this is why generally in society that we wear clothes today. So now I'm going to tell you a little bit about why I cover myself and why I dress modestly. So I started to cover up because I realized through a lot of work and internal exploration that I am not a body that just happens to have a soul, that this is an illusion. I really accepted the reality that my body is going to be the first thing that others see. I worked hard actually to try not to do this. I worked hard to think that, okay, maybe if I work really hard on myself, I will see other people's souls first. But that's simply not the way the world is today. And even if I did that myself, I know for sure that not everyone else around me is going to do that. So I decided to take ownership over this fact, and I started to dress more modestly to be able to reveal my soul, which is really funny. I decided to cover up in order to reveal. I also decided to take responsibility for the attraction that happens between women and men, which, as I said before, is a very, very good thing, because this is what brings soulmates together. I didn't want to deny this attraction and pretend it wasn't there, which you actually can do. You can pretend that it doesn't matter, but it does matter. I wanted to actually take this attraction and use it in the right place at the right time. So I decided to take whatever attraction this was that existed and do my part to have this attraction reach its full potential in the right place and in the right time, which would be with my soulmate, which thank God I've met him now, but there was a long time before that I hadn't. So this elevates the experience of being with your soulmate and makes it so much more special and so much more intense, because now you're using your body and your attraction and its connection in the right way, and it's incredible. So I decided that also that with the other people in my life, that if I really, really wanted to connect with them, I needed to start covering up, because my body was distracting from my soul, and I wanted to reveal my soul. I wanted to reveal my warmth and my love and be connected to people instead of having them look at something external, which, as I've mentioned in some articles before, the body is a tool, but it's not who I am. The body does things in this world, but it's not who I am. So I really wanted to reveal my beautiful soul and be an attractive person for who I am on the inside. So anyway, I cover in order to be who I truly am. Based on everything I've shared just now, I would like to suggest an exercise which would help implement these ideas into your life. So every time you get dressed, before you even go to your closet, think, what do I want to give the world today? What do I want to reveal? What do I want to show? And then think, what clothing can I put on myself to help me do that? And once you start thinking in that way, dressing is it's easy and it's a pleasure.